This is a quick real estate update from Jerry Metcalf Partners, real estate agents on the ground in Atlanta. We're talking about what it's like, what to expect, the pros, the cons, and what to consider to align yourself and your loved ones for the best opportunities. All right, it's the Market Eavesdrop. Jerry Metcalf, JM Partners. Y'all know Jerry, Bridget, Adam, Chad. We're talking about the market has been amazing. Last week, we talked about the fact that interest rates are low. Affordability is up. How can that, and price rate, well, actually, we talked about prices are going up, but affordability is up. How does that happen? Interest rates are down. This week, we're going to talk about the fact that we just got a little surprise. Interest rates have just gone up a little bit. We're going to talk about what that means. But first, Bridget speaks most eloquently on this topic. So Bridget, share with us a little bit about what's going on with the interest rates.
So I think it caught the mortgage industry off guard, but on Wednesday, Freddie and Fannie decided to raise, they raised the basis points, 50 points. So they increased and added 50 basis points to all the refis, which again, doesn't affect necessarily us in our day-to-day, but to cover that gap, because that creates a gap in what is already essentially set and in motion and will be closing after September 1st. So essentially all the 30 days up to, late September, those deals are closing and the mortgage companies have to cover that gap. So that
cost from the interest rates going up.
Mm-hmm. So
right.
So that's why the interest rates have raised
everything.
Right. On us as well. So,
but we're talking about interest rates have been below 3.
Right. I mean, sorry, they're still really low.
We don't want to seem insensitive, everybody. But
right. They're still really low. I mean,
they're still like
static to get just over 3%.
When I was a kid, the interest rate on our house was like 19%. And when I bought my first house, my interest rate was like 7.5%. And I remember calling my dad, and we'll get more serious, everybody, but I remember calling my dad and saying, like, I can't remember, like, I was like, should I should I secure, or should I lock in on the interest rate now, or should I wait? I mean, it's 7.5%. And my dad was like, Jerry, let me tell you something. When you grow up, you're going to tell your children, you're going to tell your grandchildren about how low your interest rates were at 7.5%. I'll tell them how high they were, but not how low. Now we've got interest rates at, again, and my husband and I, we have interest rates at below 3. So again, that's kind of like funny, but not funny.
It's still pretty low.
Right. So it's still pretty low, but maybe to the point of what everybody's wondering is, okay, great. But like everything's so uncertain, like, should we be worried? Obviously we think it's okay. What does it mean? Why do they do it? Bridget, tell us a little more about why they did.
So I think, again, it's only the Fannie and Freddie obviously are, I guess, penalizing a little bit the refis, because at the end of the day, if you had a 4%, let's say you had a 4.25% rate that you got in 2017, 2018, you can then refi that for less than 3%. At some point, like, that's almost like, hold on, that's not how it's supposed to work. So yes, the interest rates are really low today, but
it's to slow down. Yeah. Because
right,
now
we've got, exactly, the mortgage industry
what it's going to cost the industry at large.
And we have no inventory. So they're kicking out refis left and right. But I think it's just to really I don't want to say penalize, but maybe
slow it down, control.
Right.
Like, it goes back to, like we said last week, I'm going to, supply and demand.
It might end up going back down a little bit anyway. It was a large, to jump to 50 basis points was they didn't expect that.
So let's quickly go back to what everybody is probably listening to us for, or usually listening to us for, is like buying homes. Usually we're representing people, not everything we're doing, but we're representing a lot of jumbo loans, or people either are paying cash or getting jumbo loans. What does that mean, at large for our industry? Usually I find that when interest rates go up a little bit, that was a little bit more than a little bit though. I think it was right, like 0.25%. Like
Yeah, but again, it's still low.
Right.
I
But we're like, but we're having a hard time feeling sorry for people right now. But because they kind of jumped a little, they may just settle there, which is going to mean it's going to stay low. But the immediate reaction, I find the market tends to have a little bit, people already acting with a sense of urgency. And it's going to be a little bit more of a sense of urgency, which may get us some inventory, get people going on the market, because let's get this thing on the market before interest rates go up anymore. Um, and I know there is some, we always quote market insights. There's been some talk from them that eventually, yes, the interest rates are going to not finally, but they're going to start going back up. Chad, did you have anything to comment on that, or Adam?
Yeah, no, I think just speaking to your sense of urgency as well, there, right before we jumped on the call, I briefly had mentioned how I feel like there's lots of bidding wars right now on stuff that's been sitting on the market for a long time. And all of a sudden these offers are emerging out of nowhere. So definitely something, to keep an eye out for, I guess just that
Well,
sense of urgency.
let's talk about too. We've had situations where we get properties in the market and they are priced a little high. The market improves. I know Adam may have something to share with us about that, where we're priced a little high, but the market improves. The marketing's good. We've got the reach. We get two offers, um, you know, and then they're gone. So, kind of like Adam, you want to share a story with us about um, kind of
Yeah,
some things that are going on in the market today?
yeah. I mean,
I
some of
love
the
the
things
awkward silence there. No
that
editing either, by the way, everybody, as we know. But go ahead.
one of the things that I've recently seen on a listing of mine is how, we were priced a little high. We're getting some good offers in. What I feel is really good. Actually, they're neighborhood record-breaking offers, but since there are a lot of buyers out there, my clients sometimes would expect maybe we can get them to go even higher. And what we've seen from that is those buyers end up walking away and going to buy something else. And these buyers are actually pretty educated. They're not going to overpay for something, like we've maybe seen in years in the past. But
And we've said that before on our
we,
eavesdrop as well.
we've
Yeah.
said that before, and I just think it's another something to the sellers. Usually, that first offer is probably going to be your best offer, and don't expect another one to come right behind it because we're not.
Yeah.
I'm not earned us.
There's a lot of buzz and a lot of talk about multiple offers, which is not untrue, but every property is different. Every property's got its unique buyer. And when we get these offers as sellers, as agents, whoever we are, taking a good, that's where this business can be so emotional. How do we get objective about this, about such an emotional thing? And how do we make sure we're helping guide clients to make the right decisions, and also making sure we're understanding when we've got an offer, the buzz is out there, but when it's your personal offer, don't take those offers for granted. I think, is that kind of anything anybody wants to add to that, Bridget?
Yeah,
Not to sound all down in the blues, everybody. The market's great, but it's just like when it's great, seize it. Don't lose your moment.
right.
Take it. But go ahead, Bridget.
No, honestly, that's with the interest rates, they're just going to toggle back and forth, is how I see it. I don't think that given the current economy, they can shoot up to some crazy high number. I just don't think we're going to see that in the near future. I mean, right. They can't. To support the economy, they've got to stay low.
Well,
So
to your point,
and that's okay.
Affordability's up 10%. 10%.
Right.
But keep going.
Urgency, but to that point, there still needs to be some urgency, because greed is not going to work well in anyone's situation, right? I mean, that's just what it is. If you're
it tends to backfire every time.
Backfire. I mean, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I could even name how many deals that I've actually done in the last, let's call it 36 months. And I don't think I've had many, maybe 1% that had a better second offer, unless it was like a multiple offer and they were all coming in at once. But right, I mean, at the end of the day, your first offer is gold. So don't shoot yourself in the foot. It's kind of my advice. And because the buyers are going to be paying attention only so much to the just ebb and flow of the interest rates. Because in the end, they're
Well, that's very true. And there's the buyers that we want to buy properties, or the quote, I call them the willing and ready buyers. There's buyers that are out there that are bottom feeders, and there's buyers that are out there that are waiting for that dream home to come, that they'll pay what they feel is market value, and sometimes a little bit more. And there are a lot of those buyers out there. So that's why people like, your first offer is your best. Like, what is that? Like some nonsense realtors say to get you to go under contract. The reason why is the ready and willing buyers are the ones that are ready and willing. And so when they come across the property, you're getting that best price because that's who makes the offers first. The bottom feeders just wait around. Mm-hmm. And of course, there's always ways to leverage the bottom feeder offers as well, but it's better to not have to. Chad, I love Chad. Like I can see like little, like, what do you call those? What do you call the things with the words? Like there's all kinds of thoughts running in there. He's not sure
down here working deals.
He's not sure if he should share those out loud or not. Yeah, he's decided not to. He's decided to keep it to himself. I think what I love about Chad, everybody, is he's always got like, where there's a will, there's a way. That's like Chad's, what is he? What do you call it? Your tagline?
Yeah, and I'm in the middle of a deal right now, and I apologize for seeming a little not present because I'm totally working it in my head.
Yeah, he's usually not in the middle of a deal, just so you know. Now I'm being sarcastic. Chad likes to get creative, and in this market, we've done some creative deals as well. So I think the moral of the story, everybody, is interest rates have gone up. I think that will actually put even more of a surge, especially of inventory on the market. People are getting more comfortable. Now interest rates are going up. Oh my gosh, let's get the property on the market before they go up anymore. And the same for buyers. So it's going to keep the trajectory of the market going. As far as long-term goes, hey, I don't think I've talked to any like truly economics person that has said, yeah, this is what's going to happen. And I feel really good about it. Have you guys? We've never seen this before. Any of this.
That's good of you.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, that was fun. We'll see y'all next week on another Eavesdrop. Market Eavesdrop. Thank you to our ambassadors and clients for your support of Jerry Metcalf Partners, where our mission is to deliver the best service and the best results for our clients' needs, their wants, and their families.